All right, we'll get started with Alex. Alex, it's your first time at the Cincinnati Open. You want to just tell everybody what it feels like your first day or so here?
Yes, I am super excited to be here in Cincy for the first time. Hopefully the weather will get better as time goes by, but I think the facility is amazing. I also saw the amusement park pulling up here to the site, so hopefully I'll have time for that too.
Alex, what would you say has been the most surreal moment of the last couple months? Second week of Wimbledon to being on stage with Bad Bunny even, and
Oh
then
yeah.
winning in Washington. What's been the most surreal moment?
It's very difficult to pick. It's very, very difficult to pick. I mean, it would have to be between Wimbledon and Washington, of course. I think playing on center court and winning in such fashion against the great players. I mean, something I'll never forget, and it was my first win on center, so crazy, crazy, crazy experience. And of course, everyone says you'll never forget your first title, so it's like kind of like my two babies. You don't want to pick.
One of the great things about your ascension in the sport has been on a wider scale, people's introduction to the Filipino culture, Filipino people. I wondered if you had to speak on what is sort of the essence or the heart of Filipinos, how would you explain?
Wow, loaded question.
I know.
It's
It's
very
hard.
loaded question.
What
I think.
jumps to your head?
Well, I think there are a couple words that come to mind, but I mean, with that being said, keep in mind that no culture can be summed up in just a couple of words. I think Filipino culture and just every culture in general is very layered. It's ever evolving, you know. So when I think of Filipino culture, what comes to mind is community, family, hospitality, love, kindness. So just a couple words to start.
Those are good words.
Yeah.
And Alex, you've had fans from the Philippines at all of your matches in different parts of the world, and it's different at every time in each tournament. So are you familiar or do you know anything about what the Filipino presence and culture is like in the Midwest here in the US at all?
This is my first time. Well, I'm not sure what. This is my first time in Cincinnati. I'm not really sure what encompasses the Midwest, but I mean, I guess that's the great thing about traveling being such a big part of my job is that I'm always learning new things. I'm always learning and meeting new people, so I get to learn about their culture and different things like that.
And I know you just got here, but do you have a favorite place that you've seen in the Cincinnati area aside from the tennis center?
That's really the only place I've been at. So maybe if you ask me at the end of the week, I'll have an answer for you.
Alex, there's a lot of people that have seen Filipino culture at every place that they've been to. So we're seeing Filipinos in Toronto, we're seeing Filipinos in Dubai, things like that. But there's not as many people who get to see how it looks like in the Philippines, what your impact looks like there. And you visited there, I want to say like a month ago, something
Yeah,
like that.
roughly.
Can you talk about like what that experience was like? What did you see? Nakita mo ba sarili mo sa EDSA? Ganun, like, were you looking at that?
Actually, di ako dumaan sa EDSA. Sobrang traffic. But no, it was incredible. I think because I'm always traveling and I'm on tour, I'm quite out of touch sometimes with what my impact is back home. For the good and the bad, I think that's why I said like a couple of times that when I went back home, it really opened my eyes. I think it's, of course, I hear about it, I see it in social media, but I think to experience it firsthand and to interact with the people who support me, and you know, I've heard, you know, a couple of sentences from them is enough to see a glimpse into their stories, or you know, how tennis has impacted their lives, or how being Filipino and their pride has affected them personally. So I think it's crazy how inspiration can affect other people and to what depths, and that's one thing that I've learned and I've realized going back home. Yeah.
It's funny because now people are starting to compare your impact to Pacquiao when there were no cars in the streets and then everyone would be watching his fights, and that's sort of what's starting to, like, at least from what I've heard, is starting to happen. Like, I'm sure you grew up knowing what Pacquiao meant to the Philippines, like hearing kind of that comparison, like what does is there any, I don't know if that's pressure or is that just whatever to you?
Well, I've never, because Pacquiao is such a sporting legend for us Filipinos now, and he's done a lot for us athletes, I think, to pave the way. I mean, it never really crossed my mind when I was watching his fights back home that one day I would be compared to him, no? And I think it's, I think the feeling that Pacquiao gave the Filipinos was great, to have someone to rally over. And, when he would have fights, everyone was so excited, and it was just a chance for people to come together. And I guess my journey has similar things, or can give similar things like that. So, I mean, it's very flattering to be compared to him. But at the same time, I think they are also two unique journeys. They're two very different journeys. So, I don't think one takes away from the other. I think I'm still very, very far from the levels of Pacquiao, but I think they're beautiful. They both have their own beautiful set of characteristics. Yeah.
This tournament is most often attributed to the momentum it can create going to New York. Do you believe in momentum? Is that something that you've bought into throughout your playing career, or your stance on that word in general?
I mean, momentum exists. Momentum is a thing, I guess, but it's not concrete, and it doesn't give you any 100% answers, right? So momentum can help, a lot of matches can help with your confidence, but it doesn't guarantee anything.
What would
Yeah.
what would make a successful week here in your mind?
I think it's just the level that I play, and of course the more matches the merrier, right? But it's the matches of substance, and it's the ones that, did I execute what I want to execute? Did I bring the level that I wanted to bring? So if I lose first round, but it's a really good match, not to say that it's a successful week, but it wasn't a bad one. And if I reach the final, then I'll take that too.
What kind of preparation goes into playing at a site in a city that you've never even visited before? Do you try to learn like anything about the city before you come here, or do you just go with the flow when you get here?
I kind of go with the flow. Yeah. I think at the end of the day, the same lines, it's the same size ball. So, I guess, of course, each city brings, and the crowds especially bring different energy, I think. But when you're on court and you know what you have to do, nothing changes much.
Last couple of questions for Alex.
You're so young and so new to this still, but this spotlight that's been thrust upon you, just talk about the weight of it. Is it heavy for you, or is it just fun at this point?
I think it can be both. No, there are moments where it's heavy, there are moments where it's fun. But at the end of the day, I am also aware that it's a crazy experience, so I'm just trying to take it all in. I know also that I wouldn't be having these experiences if I didn't do all the work that I did beforehand, so I know that I won't continue to experience it if I don't continue that work. But yeah, I think it's really helped me develop as a person and just see things from a different perspective. It's allowed me to mature a lot, and yeah, it's taught me a lot of lessons, but also given me so much joy.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Good last week.
Thanks.